I don't know if you remember, we did a theatre called White's Theatre down in
I remember the name.
Tipperary, South Tipperary. And we got there and it was a bandstand in the stage, which meant if you have your table here, we could have fit the 16-foot ring in it, but they went in with like 4 foot with the bandstand, which meant you couldn't fit the ring.
Oh.
Tyson T-Bone was a bit of everything. He was a tattoo artist, a wrestler. He was a bit of a handyman, and he did ring band jobs. Everything all around. Like, he could do everything except cut a promo. So he's there, and he fit the ring into a rectangle shape. And I had the footage somewhere, but I can't find it. But I have a picture of it. And I always remember, like, Balls was, it was a beautiful hot day. You wanted to sit outside, whatever. But the dressing room was under the stage, down in the building. And you could hear the whole audience upstairs as the show was going on. The place was packed. And there was someone out close, so sold out, about 250 people there. And so Balls was going on for his match with Tyson T-Bone. He was a tough guy, so I knew whatever he'd be able to Balls. And we were downstairs. I was talking to you and Doug. I was going about the match, and I was just trying to explain the ring, what way probably best to work because it's a rectangle shape. And all of a sudden, it's quiet. Can't hear that. For the whole show, you hear people's feet stomping. What's going on? And I remember walking upstairs, and some of the people peeked their head out. Nobody in the theatre.
They went outside, didn't they?
Oh, but we didn't know that for maybe 30 seconds.
So we came up into the venue, and it was like, the whole venue's empty. Everyone's gone. The crowd's gone, the wrestlers.
Something Maria. That's what the shit is, isn't it? The crew vanished.
Yeah.
And we're looking, and there's a piano there. And remember, there's nobody, no ringing out. Really. The music box was gone. And I remember going outside, peeking out the door. There was 250 people spewing onto a tiny street, nearly a laneway. Of all these people squashed into the street. And they're brawling outside.
Smashing each other's heads into the ring van.
And people coming out of the house and out of the park, running down, thinking it's a legit street fight going on. And I was so angry.
Didn't Doug or you start playing the piano?
Doug was playing the piano. I remember at one stage, before I actually went out, I hear the piano going. I looked back and Doug was just casually playing the piano. Completely empty theatre, playing the piano, and the whole match has gone on outside. So I go outside, and I was like, Balls, get back inside. I was like, Simon, the ring, it's a rectangular ring. They need a show, I was like, get inside. And I was going to T-Bone, saying, get him inside. In fairness to T-Bone, he's tried his best with Balls. And Balls give him a little slap in the back. And you have like 250 people squashed around watching, and you're trying to keep kayfabe, like, you're doing. So I'm walking away, it's like, Simon. T-Bone would come over and hit him, and he'd ignore it, like, and he'd be like, Simon. And I was like, I'm going to send you home. Like, please. I was like, oh, yeah. It was actually funny now, but at the time it was very stressful.
Oh, yeah.
He's following it and said, go back to T-Bone. And then he grabs T-Bone on the head, and he's just walking up the road, Simon, with T-Bone in the headlock and all these people around.
This is generally one of these experiences that you can only... if you're in wrestling, it's definitely.
Whereas now, like, people would have had on their camera phones out.
Absolutely.
Police car down the end of the lane. A guard, as we call them, a guard car came in. I was like, oh, something's like calling the police because it looks like a street fight, like, you know. And I thought they were going to come in, but then comes in. I gave out to him on the stairs, and he was kind of blocking the crowd coming in with T-Bone, not letting him in. And he's like trying to have a conversation. I was like, get them in. And brought people started coming in who weren't after paying for the tickets. So there's people who had seats who couldn't get back into their seats because there's people standing in the aisle looking at what's going on. But technically, it was more people to buy merch, but they didn't buy a ticket. And there's people giving out who couldn't get back into their seats because somebody up the street,
someone else came in
off the street.
You got to watch that.
And I got a lot of complaints where I was like, oh, I could have strangled them, like, you know.
Yeah.
He got an injury with T-Bone. He finished the match, and then he cuts a promo at the end of the match. Thank you for coming to the audience. I just wanted him to finish the match, get pinned and go backstage. Like, thank you for coming out, and thank you to Sam. Sam's the greatest promoter. And he's trying to be nice, and we think we're going to send him home. I was like, come on. And what was it he did? Why? apologies for the ring. I know it's a rectangle ring, and no one had mentioned the ring being a rectangle. You were just doing the matches. It was in a theatre on the stage, and nobody had noticed all that. Yeah. Or you wouldn't know that they noticed. And then you could see people talking to each other and looking up. I remember telling the referee, tell him to get down now. That's it. Tell him he's gone. Go home. I'll get in the car. He's going home. That's sad. Yeah. But that's a balls behind the story.
That's a great story.
He stayed on for the rest of the tour, obviously. Yeah. Doug had a chat with him that night, I think, as well. Like, give him the cop on.
That's such an amazing story, and I now you've told it, I absolutely remember it. I remember walking up into the venue and everything, and nothing being there. I remember someone playing the piano. It was Doug, and just like sitting around, and Doug sitting there playing the piano.
It is everybody.
And I remember looking outside and seeing like Balls and T-Bone smashing each other's heads off the side of the ring van with this huge big crowd around them going.
Well, that was an experience.
Yeah.
But that's Balls, and Balls was there for the rest of the tour. I mean, I think Balls is nearly in the whole episode himself, just telling stories about him.